Good morning, everybody. Okay, so let's get at it. And what we're going to do is we're going to continue with our Qigong practice. So I'm really liking this as I learn a little bit more about it. I'm learning how it can transfer into kind of a mindful movement, certainly that kind of exercise. And I think this idea of moving slowly is really, really comforting for our body. And I'm going to show you how, if we have the time, how it translates into how we can learn different sports. But the first thing I want to do is I want to go over some of those exercises that we did last time. So we started, so stand up. You don't need a lot of space for any of these. And we're going to move just really slow. Okay, so let's slow down our breathing. Put your hands on your belly. And we're going to take 3 breaths in. Ready? And feel your belly as it goes out and then as it goes back in. So put your hands on your belly. You're going to fill your lungs and then make sure your belly goes out too. Ready? Let's do the first one. Okay, fill your lungs and your belly and then breathe out. You feel yourself like just getting in more control and settling down a little bit. Okay, that was good. So you can also use these practices anytime you feel a little bit anxious or jittery. You could just, even when you're sitting down or something, or just standing up, you can just and breathe through your nose. It'll slow you down. So let's lift our arms to the side, up to the chin, and push down. Okay, almost like the belly breathing, but we're adding a slow motion up. Breathe in, breathe out. In, out, and out. One more. Breathe in and breathe out. Okay, let's just go ahead and slowly swing arms. This is kind of like, we've done a warm-up like this before. And what we're doing, I also want you to swing your body from right to left. This is kind of like called transferring our weight to one foot to the other. Let's add another one of those exercises we did as a warm-up. So let's do small little circles. Okay. And then we did a little bit bigger circles. And then we did really big circles. And let your arms cross. Take a big deep breath in and breath out. Okay, let's go the other way. Big circles, let your arms cross. Okay, and let's make the circles a little smaller. Smaller, and hold. Now, let's just leave them out there, and let's think about that Bahira point that we did in the past, which was, remember, it started to feel a little bit uncomfortable. I'm starting to feel it now. And let's see if we can go a little bit further. Starting to feel it? See if you can go a little further. Okay, shake them up. Okay, let's get back to one of the exercises. So you don't need a ball just yet for this, but this one, if you remember, was simulated bouncing a ball, where we bounced the ball and we came up. We bounced the ball and we came up like that. Okay, so you don't need a ball. So we pretend like the ball's coming up, and see my other foot is starting to move up. As I go down, I come up. So we're going down, up, down, up, because that's what we would do with the basketball. As the basketball comes up, we would go like that. So this is simulating an athletic move. Okay, now let's come up with the foot. Let's incorporate a little bit of the yoga. Got it? Come on up. While we're doing this, why don't we do one of the yoga poses? Let's go into a tree pose and let's work on our balance. Okay, I sometimes like to, oh, I lost my balance. Have my hands over my head, bring them down. You might need your balance, your hands out like that. Okay, let's go to the other leg. Good. Getting better at it, I hope. Okay, so let's go to the fourth one, was palms inward at the chest. And, oh yeah, I remember. So we had the right hand going up and the other hand going down. Okay, because that's actually what happens in a lot of baseball or a lot of athletic movements, is one hand stabilizes the other, and as one goes up, the other goes down, or as you go to the right, the other stabilizes your body to accentuate the move. Okay, and then move and come into the middle, and then let's go the other way. Okay, so what I was really trying to say, we get some power by our body kind of moving in opposite directions. Okay, one hand goes up, one hand goes down. Slowly, focus on your breath. Okay, I am just learning these moves as well, so I'm not 100% proficient on them, but I think I start to like them. Okay, and then the last one of our repeat, bend your knees, and we're going to do actually a newer one that I learned. It's called the Shoulder Punch. Start with your hands here, knees bent. Let's get our right hand out. And what we're going to do is, as the one hand goes out, the other hand pulls in. I like to do it rather with an open palm rather than punching. So we're pushing out with the one hand and pulling in with the other. Okay? Let's try to do this slowly. Push and pull. Push and pull. Now you can also breathe out with one hand as your left hand goes out, and breathe in as it goes, the other hand goes in. Now the other thing you could do is move your feet a little bit, or move your hips. As your arm goes out, move your hips. Okay, that's good. All right, there's two more that I wanted to do. This was called rolling the ball, where you had a ball like this and you move from side to side. So if we had the ball, it's not bouncing, but it's very similar. Okay, get like that. And I want you to focus a little bit on the movement and how our legs are feeling. Now let's move right into the next one. It's called Wave of the Ocean. And what we do this time is we go up like a wave, a little bit higher. Okay. Let's see if you can do that. Really bend your legs and come on up. Okay. All right, so remember I just showed you that one of these movements is Qigong was the basketball move, where we practiced where we simulated bouncing that ball. So let's do a baseball throw in slow motion. Everything today is slow motion, or just about. So pretend like you have the ball in your hand, and we're going to throw towards the wall. Now watch what we do. We have our weight going back here. See, this leg is up. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start to step forward. We're going to do this really slow. We're going to step forward and move our weight this way. Kind of looks like a Qigong move, right? We can almost call this throwing the ball Qigong. Now as we move forward, watch what happens to our arm. We move like that. Watch what happens to my hips. My hips come out like that. So then the last thing is step, hips, and then throw. And throw. Now look even what happens with my other hand. It comes up. I could just have created a Qigong move. Step and throw. Now my opposite hand kind of like sweeps over like this and then stops here so my other hand can come through. Okay, got it? You can even try the other way. I learned how to throw with both hands, so I can do it with both. Okay, step forward. And then we do our hips. And then we do our throw. You're going to be better with one side than the other because you're going to be used to that. Okay, so practice that. Okay, the last thing I think I wanted you to do today was to go outside and practice some basketball. Okay, hopefully you have a ball. And remember, we just did practice the Qigong move where we came up and practiced our slow movement. So now, go outside and practice your bouncing the ball. Okay, instead of going like this, or you could bounce the ball over like that. But I want you just to stay on one side and see if you can get your hand to go up like that as we just practice in the movement. Okay, so go outside, stop the tape. Well, before you do that, let me just have you go outside, take both things out. Go outside, take the basketball out, and then you might as well practice your jump rope because it's a great cardio. So remember how to do that. Okay, is start with your rhythm, and each time you see the rope coming over right about to here, you better just start jumping. Okay, and then work with two hands as we've done before. Okay, so let's stop right there today. That was a decent workout, and let's focus on our Qigong. You can practice on your own tomorrow or the next day. And we'll continue this. I think it's really an interesting workout to match the breath with the movement. Okay, I think we're going to stop right there. Great job today.